Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Common Hype YouTube video. This is our last upload of December. We uploaded every single weekday in December, so before we get into this one, I want to thank you guys for all the continued support this month. It was really hard for us to get all these videos up. We struggled at some points, but we ended up getting it done. So if you guys did enjoy, it would mean a lot if you left a like on this video, subscribe down to the channel, leave a comment down below your favorite part of this video. So this is going to be the official house tour. I bought this house a couple months ago, and it was a big goal for me to be able to purchase my own home. Kind of before age 22 was my goal, but I ended up getting it done this year while I'm still 21. So it was a really huge blessing to be able to do that. Before we get into it, everything in here, there is some nice stuff in here, but I just want to let you guys know I am very grateful for everything I've had. I've worked really hard for it, so it's all thanks to you guys and the support you've given us and me allowing to do this. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna start over here in this corner of the house. This is right off of the door, and this is where we put our shoes. I'm wearing slides right now inside, but I am Asian, so this is a no-shoe household. So I went ahead and picked up this rack. I think it's actually more of like a bookshelf, but this is what I'm using it for since we have so many sneakers in this house. It's not your typical household where there's just like one pair of shoes per guy in the house. It's definitely a lot more than that. So I decided to get a bookshelf, and we can put all of our stuff on here every day. So just some of the sneakers in here that we wear daily: my Kith Converse, Notre Converse, Jordan 1 Royals, my Sambas, and then my gym shoes, Converse, Ben's ALDs that he blew into the ground right there. So just casual stuff that we're wearing on a daily basis. This right here, we picked this up in Miami. It's an Eric Emanuel kind of like key holder, so we just throw our keys in here at the end every day so we don't lose them, because we lose all kinds of stuff in this house. A couple plants, and then my other pair of Suey Cokes up here. And then shout out to my mom. She actually got me this for Christmas because she knows I'm into the figures. A little SpongeBob ice cream cone type beat. Look at the bottom. Scoop Squidward reminds me of Brandon. Leave a comment down below if you agree or not. I think personally he's a good reflection of the crew.
Personally, I agree.
Personally, at the crew of Common Hype, I think that's a good little assumption. So that's the first little set of things right here. Moving on, we just have the kitchen table that I really hate, so I'm probably gonna get rid of this. I've never even sat at it, but we just got the Virgil Design District book. They're actually giving these out for free a couple years ago when we went to Miami. And so we just picked one up, and it's been with us since. R.I.P. Virgil. But it's a very creative household, so definitely something cool to just kind of have out. Yeah, nothing usually is really over here, but then we can get into the kitchen on this side. So this right here is the island. Because I hate the kitchen table, we usually just eat right here. I love the kitchen, and I'm really happy that it's as nice as it is. I didn't do anything to this house. I bought it kind of as is and just put the furniture in here for the most part. So everything got redone for me, which was really awesome. I didn't have to go through the headache opening 2 stores this year. It was just kind of one big project all year. So I'm glad that this project was at least a little smaller, and I didn't have to do as much to it. So right here we got a little plant, keep them watered. Crystal and Des actually gifted this to me when I moved in, and I told them I would keep it alive. So in 4K, you guys can see I kept it alive. Things that we did not keep alive as well is this fruit bowl that didn't really get used that much, but it looks good. So we're probably gonna have to re-up on that. Crystal and Des also got me this Betty Boop napkin holder, a little vintage piece. I told them I wanted some cool little collectibles to have scattered around the crib, so they found me a napkin holder, and it does its job pretty well, so I appreciate that. It's a really cool piece, just kind of right front and center. And then just the diner theme in the kitchen. We have some other figures in here, kind of kitchen theme, little candle, some placemats for the plates because these white counters get dirty really quick, so I'm just wiping them down all the time. Had to get the air fryer. You guys know I eat good over here, so it makes it easy for me to cook. I've been getting into cooking a little bit. I feel like I'm gonna be a great dad. Let me tell you why. We work hard all day, you know, do the 8 to 5, 9 to 5, and then I get home and I gotta cook for the kids. Not really too big on the cooking. He always helps me out with the dishes, but yeah, we do some cooking in here, so it's nice to just kind of have a clean place to walk into every day. Right here, it's the cookie jar. Not quite a jar, but we have no self-control in this house, so we gotta have cookies on deck. Ben is the cookie monster, and he gets his cookies in, so we have that there. Just a sink. We actually picked this up at Complexcon, the Harley Davidson neighborhood collab. They just kind of threw them out for free, so I threw one in here. I have another one up in my room, as you guys will see. Just some normal kitchen stuff, really nothing crazy in here. I like to keep it very simple and clean and not have too much clutter going on, because again, these white countertops get dirty pretty quick. So yeah, that's basically the kitchen. Nothing really crazy to it, but we're gonna move into the living room right now. And if you guys can get a little peek behind me right here, the stairwell is in the middle of the house, which I really love. I think it separates the kitchen and the living room pretty well. At some point, I'm gonna get rid of all this carpet and do the same floor up and downstairs, but we're just not there yet. So that will be a project for a later date. So now we made our way into the living room. This is where I spend all my time time when I'm not at the store. Ben's never home. Matt's usually here, but he likes to kick it in his room. So I just kind of chill down here by myself and just chill. So some cool little stuff down here. Girls Don't Cry pillow that we picked up from Complexcon. And then this little entertainment center. So I bought this piece actually very intentionally so that it had open gaps because I knew I wanted to put a bunch of stuff in there. And I just kind of knew I had a bunch of stuff. So some of the figures, 400% Lyrical Lemonade Bearbrick. Brandon gifted this to me. Shout out to Off the Bench. We picked that one up in San Diego. He surprised me with that. This is a piece from Complexcon, one of the 400% Designer Con actually, sorry. This piece is from Complexcon. We got a soundbar, candle. We have 1000% Bearbrick over here. This is also from Designer Con. This one's actually available in store. It's usually not here, but I just figured if it looks good in the house, someone might want to buy it. So if you guys see any figures, we have a bunch at the store right now, commonhype.com, online as well. Most of them are actually at Scottsdale, but they're really good little placeholders for the house. So I threw some extra ones in here and there so you guys can see how they look actually set up. And yeah, maybe get you guys to go buy one. Down here, I have a bunch of photography, videography books. I got some old film cameras. This was actually one of my favorite pickups from the whole weekend of Complexcon. Picked this up at Designer Con, the Rip and Dip figure, the Save Me, Earth's Dying deal. And then I have a Virgil book, Jordan book, and then one of my favorite film photographers, Sam Demchek, he released a book of some of his favorite prints. I think it was last year. Some more film cameras, Supreme film camera. Drew got this for me for my birthday a couple years ago. Still works, but I like it just kind of sitting here because I have some other film cameras I use. A couple Astro Boy figures, definitely some of my favorite figures. I want to get 1000% of them, but homie right here is pretty expensive. So I've kind of strayed away from that for now. The Love You Forever book that came with the Air Forces. I forgot to show you guys in the last video, so we'll jump back into the closet. And yeah, that's basically it. Just some plants, some green. This plant covers up the TV wire because I didn't want to put a hole in the wall. And then real quick, this little side area is a bar. So we have a whole wine fridge right here. I don't drink, so it doesn't really get used for anything. But if I ever decided to really get into the drinking, I got somewhere to put all my stuff. This is completely empty. I don't know what I'm gonna do to this rack. There's plenty of space to do something, but I'm never like standing in this area of the house. It's not really an entertainment center because again, I don't drink, so it's really not used for much, but I just have some extra stuff. Hung some plants. I started this project and then I just got tired of it because I knew there wasn't really much else to do to it. So right now we're gonna head upstairs. That's where all of our rooms are. Ben and Matt actually live with me, so they're gonna show you some of their stuff, some of their shoes, clothing, cool pieces like that. And we have by room, and we'll kind of finish it off in the closet. If you guys haven't seen the closet video, I did a whole closet tour already up on the channel for you guys to watch. Posted that a couple days ago, so go check that out if you haven't already, and we'll head upstairs. This is my part of the house. I don't know if you want to step back and show. Matt's room is right next to mine. So yeah, we're next door neighbors. So I'm just gonna run through stuff pretty quick. It's pretty simple, but got a little PC right here, a little desk setup when I'm not at the office, so I can do some freelance video work. That's what I do on the side when I'm not working with the boys at Common Hype. Got some dressers just for like some underwear and socks and stuff. Got some books, little plant. I don't use this much, but it's here and it's mounted on the wall. I mean, I use it if I'm here, but
you're never here.
Never here. Yeah, cool little bed in the corner. It's on a, this is like a really big bed frame. Yeah, it's like super big. I kind of want to go smaller so I can give myself some more room in this room. It is what it is for now, but it's pretty cozy. That brings us to the mirror. I just got this at IKEA with the boys. We just hit a little IKEA run the other night, but yeah, now we're at the closet. Not much going on like Bryson's closet room, but this is the closet in my room. Just got some pants.
Chill.
Yeah, my bad. Just got some pants. Carhartt, Levi's, Abercrombie. Yeah, some tees. A lot of these are vintage. I've been collecting vintage tees for like 2 years, but I never really got into it as like a collector. I kind of was just buying tees like this one that I thought was cool, like this Bulls one, just from people I know that sell vintage locally in Arizona. But I've kind of gotten into it more as I've gone to events with the boys, and you see like all these crazy pieces. Like I've been getting these animal tees. I don't know if you can see that. Just some cool stuff I've been finding at the events. Got like a Cole Bennett tee here, direct in the video. Just pretty simple for the tees, nothing crazy. We got some more clothes. These are all like winter pieces, so crew necks, jackets, some puffers, some fleece, zip ups, yeah, the whole thing. Got the Common Hype one right here. Yeah, you do.
So yeah. Got this. Where did I get this at? This was LA Got Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this one at LA Got Soul. There's just a lot of vintages at those events, and I didn't even know about that. So I just been kind of buying as we go to events, which is cool because like you meet some cool people, you know, some people you don't know, and you hear their story about what they're doing and just rip stuff off them. So yeah, there's some cool stuff out here like this. I got this from Dez, actually, full zip, Harley. I got some Harley boys. Yellow Toe, Zions, Powder Blue, Mummies, Pandas, some Blazers. What are those? I don't even know what those are. ALD, New Balance, the Kyries. So when I'm hooping on the court, crossing up Bryson.
You got it.
Gotta bust. That's it for my room. I got suitcases over there because I'm going to San Diego tomorrow for New Year's. But yeah, little room setup.
Dude, just never home.
Dude, no, not even true. I'm always home every night. I come home after the office and I'm just like, Mr. Bryson, I'm just gonna go to bed and just wake up and go to the office in the morning again.
The biggest simp I've ever met.
Listen, I've never spoken to a camera before. I have no clue what I'm doing, but we'll run through my room really quickly. So right when you walk in, over here we got a bunch of my clothes. I don't have a lot of clothes. I like all my clothes that I do have to fit me like really well, really proper. Just a couple things in here. We got really old Harley Davidson. This is like before it was even on Harley tags, stuff like that. I do collect a lot of Harley, a lot of vintage, so that's mostly what you'll see in my closet. I got some hats up there, a couple shoe boxes, my Marlboro bag for when I'm traveling. On the other side over here, got the backpack that I bring to work every day. Just a bunch of pants, some scents. And down here, got a Common Hype rug. Never seen that before, but you know, maybe Brandon should drop it. Over here we got some memorabilia. Funny story about how this got a hole in it. A mouse ate it, so I wish it was like that. And then
Not here.
Yeah, it wasn't here. It wasn't here. And we also have some FaZe stuff. I was working at FaZe before I came over to work for the boys, and I kept a couple of the things. And then obviously we got my bed. Same thing. Me and Bryson went to Complexcon and got this there, so
No self-control.
no self-control whatsoever. My favorite part of the room, I got a plant. I got my L-Desk, shout out to Bryson, a couple other things. Got a KAWS figure over here. If anyone's ever gonna ask about this animated background,
Don't.
just don't. They don't make the program anymore, so I wish I could tell you. This is the camera that we shoot all the pictures for the store Instagram on, so I always keep it on my desk. My work computer. These are kind of just like the grails, I guess, or the things that I take pride in the most. I'm really into chrome hearts, so I have a bunch of chrome hearts, like this little chrome hearts keychain, hat. These are a bunch of my pants, jackets. Again, I don't really have a whole lot. And then these are my shoes that I run through all the time. They're pretty beat now, but it's a pair of chrome hearts Converse. I got some Dusty Olives down here. The Drake Forces. Not really a shoe guy, so you won't really see a whole lot of shoes on me, but I got a couple pairs. So this is my man's. This is Kermit. I'll dab him up real quick. That's my boy. He always is hanging out of my bag. I want him to vibe with me. Then over here, just like the regular stuff. We got some candles, some matches, stuff like that. Don't look at my dirty laundry, but other than that, that's about it.
We made it into my room. I'm just down the hall from the boys. I guess we could start right here. I just put the TV in yesterday. I wasn't really ready to like finish everything up right now, but because we want to do the house tour, I just kind of had to forcefully finish everything on the to-do list for the rest of the house. So it's cool. Got some stuff from IKEA the other day. Got some plans to kind of fill the space. I was gonna mount the TV and then it just kind of didn't make sense, so I ended up not. I got the other Rip and Dip figure, a little half dissected cat. Just something nice to wake up to every morning. Right when you wake up, just get on. This just keeps all of my shorts and stuff like that. Like this whole drawer is just Common Hype mesh shorts. So
Jeez.
yeah, need a little more storage for those mesh shorts because we're gonna be dropping mesh shorts this summer. But I know a lot of you guys wanted to see the sneaker collection in the last video. I don't keep it in the other room, but this is basically a condensed version of my sneaker collection. I sold off a really good amount of my pairs in the last couple months. Part of that being just to have money for the house and to do different things with the house. And I really don't wear all my shoes all the time. I wear the slides I'm wearing right now, or a version of these slides for the most part. So I kept everything that was either gifted to me or that had any sentimental value, or if I just really liked it. But for the most part, most of my shoes have came and gone. But I'll go through a couple of them with you guys. So the first pair of sneakers right here, by the way, all these cases are from Looksy Designs. I know you guys always ask me, not paid promo or anything. I've had these cases for like 6 years, which is why I'm holding the door right now and it's not on the thing. They've just gotten beat up, moved to multiple different houses and things like that. So they're still here, they're still standing, but I'm definitely gonna need to hit my boy Rich and get some more. But we got the Curry Dunks right here. These were gifted to me by Steven for my birthday last year, I believe it was. So shout out to you, Steven. Really good pair of dunks that I needed in the collection, so appreciate him giving me those. Next pair right here, we have the Para Nike SB Dunk Low. This is one of my favorite releases of 2021. Just one that I needed to have. This is actually one of the very few pairs that weren't gifted to me. It's just one that I really like. Don't wear them too much anymore, but they get their wears when I do. Wore them to a lot of events this last year, so definitely one of my favorite SBs in the collection. Bleach Corals, picked these up early. Shout out to Johnson, helped me get these. Don't really wear these, probably gonna sell them. I just didn't at the time because they weren't really going for much, so those will probably get sold. Never wear those. Another pair that never ever gets worn. So these were actually Nike's first Fear of God, the high top. It's actually a basketball shoe, believe it or not. And I got the all black pair. Brandon gifted these to me for my birthday, I think 2 years ago. But yeah, they don't really get worn too much. It's funny because I was actually gonna wear ththese last night because they were wearing their Fazos and they're like 6'3" already. And I'm like, what the am I gonna wear that? I'm not gonna look like
you gotta throw those on
like a
get
midget next to these guys. This pair right here, I think I've worn one time. I think I wore them on Halloween this year and that was the only time, but shout out to our boy Frank who gifted these to me for retail. And yeah, it's definitely one I still like having. I'm a collector at heart, so some of this stuff I will hold on to, but the mummies are just not one that get worn very often. Really cool SB though, so had to keep those. Another one that I thought I was gonna wear a whole lot more than I actually do, the Paisley SBs. I might just cut them up just because I never really wear them, so wouldn't really hurt to, but just a good SB, nothing crazy about those. 2 years ago, my birthday, Brandon gifted me the Golf SB Dunks. Well, if he gifted me those 2 years ago, then that would have had to have been 3 years ago, so I think this was last year's gift, or the year before. But anyway, Golf SBs, never really wear these anymore either, but again, just some cool stuff to have, honestly. I'm sure Brandon wouldn't mind if I sold it, you know, to like get something that I would actually wear, but I don't know. For me, I'd rather just keep it sentimental. This pair was actually, I think, my first ever Nike Dunk. Not my first ever SB, but my first Nike Dunk pickup. I bought these off our boy Nate, like right around the time that we opened the original Common Hype store, and these were like $240 at the time. Now St. John's. If they don't get restocked, we'll keep their value, but yeah, I've worn these like a million times, so they've gotten killed, and definitely got their wears out of those, so not mad about the condition on those.
Imagine if we showed them my mummies.
Yeah, bro. Ben's mummies have seen the club.
That's why I didn't whip out my shoes, man.
Yeah. LA Dodger Dunk, another one I don't really wear too much, but like I said, gum soles, they just do really well. Good colorway if I do feel like wearing it, but again, I really just wear my Converse. I really just wear my slides, Vans sometimes, but yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I'll get back around to wearing a lot of this stuff again, but right now it's just, we're just on the go so much. I don't really care about like the outfits I'm putting on. I'm just doing what's comfortable. That'll get me through a long day. One pair I'll never sell though, Toro 4s. I picked these up in store off of a guy a while ago, and this is a shoe I had when I was first originally starting to resell, and I ended up selling them, but got them back, won't ever sell them again. Just a really good shoe to have, good colorway, classic colorway. I hope they don't retro them, but if they do, I'll probably get another pair, to be honest, because it's just a good shoe. Bread 4s, have to have them. I picked these up at Rerun. Shout out to my boys Wilson and Al for hooking me up with these. Traded like Michigan Dunks and some other stuff for these. But like I mentioned in my closet video, a lot of my shoes are Chicago colorway. I just really love like the original Jordan colorways, which all happen to be those Chicago colorways. That's why a lot of the stuff doesn't get worn. They're basically all the same color, especially on the other side over there. These were gifted to me by my mom, actually, the Kermit Dunks. So shout out to you, Mom, if you're watching. Love you. Kept my house clean, as you can see so far. Broke them out in Dallas a couple times this year, and love wearing those all the time because my mom got them for me. How could you not? Next pair over here, we have the Nike SB Jordan 1 Paris to New York, or New York to Paris. One of my most worn Jordan 1s, one of my favorite Jordan 1s that's not an OG colorway, and they haven't even started ripping yet. When we went to Stu Keis's collection, he had the Lance Mountains, and it reminded me that those even existed. So now I might go find a pair of Lance Mountains because of Kai's having his pair. Mochas, got these right when they released. Wore the fuck out of them. I let Drew wear them a couple times, as you guys can probably see. Definitely need to go take a trip over to Reshoevnator to get all my stuff cleaned. If you guys need any cleaning products, that's who we go through. Reshoevnator. We'll leave a link down in the description because it's the only reason some of these shoes even look half decent is because they've been to Reshoevnator a couple times. ALDs, 550s. I have the green colorway and I have the navy colorway. I have the brown colorway on the way. I don't know if you guys remember when they dropped. I basically hit a pre-order on accident. So some people got shipped pairs and then they're like, fuck you to the rest of the people, wait 8 months. So I think my pair comes in the spring. I'll probably sell it because I just have a lot of brown shoes now. And I also have some other sneakers in the closet as well. Another shoe I picked up pretty soon after release because they were cheap, but I never wear them, Stage Hazes. I could wear them, but again, just haven't really been wearing Jordans like that as of lately. I'm sure I'll get back around to it. More Jordans right here. We have the Court Purple 1.0 OGs, really good quality on these, so don't want to sell those. And then Yellow Toes were gifted to me by Johnson when we opened Common Hype HQ, so thank you, Johnson. So this is one of my favorite shoes in my entire collection, just from a collector standpoint. This is the Nike SB Dunk High Cherry Blossom. So these came into the store one day. The guy wanted a fair price, so we ended up paying it. I think I paid around $200 for these, and they were brand new. It's a size 11 because they fit more snug, but as you guys can see, it was right around the time I got my Cherry Blossom tattoo on my leg. So I just thought it was really cool, and I love collecting just stuff from the Asian culture, so that was a really cool pickup for me. Glad I got those and for a good price. Probably will never sell those. Crimson Ones, I believe these are called. Wore these, I've had these since like sophomore year of high school, I think. So yeah, these have been around a while, get worn a lot. I won't sell them just because they're so beat. I don't think anyone would even buy them, so I just kind of keep them. My next pair is my only Jordan 3 in my collection. Shout out to Peter for gifting these to me. Again, as I just mentioned about some of the Asian stuff. There's another one right there. This is the Denim 3, but it is the Japan version or Asia version. Really cool to be able to have those in the collection. I actually wear those a lot, believe it or not, even though I don't wear too many Jordans. Right here are, man, I feel like I've said some of these are my favorite shoes, but these are really, really OG for me. Jerry Lorenzo is one of my really big fashion inspirations, at least growing up, and I love what he's done with Fear of God. But yeah, I've just kind of been a Jerry fanboy for a long time. So I had the original Fear of God band, which is really, really, really hard to find. As you guys can see, they're torched. I wore them all the time. And then I have the marshmallow version. The red pair is at Brandon's house, but these are the two that I took with me. So really cool to have these. Some of you guys will know about these, some of you won't, but as I mentioned, I wear a lot of Vans and a lot of Converse, so those are just kind of like the grails of that world. Glad to still have those. Those are, again, pairs that I will just never sell. Over here, we just have some books. This is the other Harley thing I was talking to you guys about. And then I just have a little lamp for when I read. I accidentally went over these Dior. I think they're like B52s, whatever you call them. Ex-girlfriend got me those. Appreciate that. Still have them. Great shoe to wear when I go out. All right, this is the one clothing rack that I've been referring to in the last video in my room. This just has some of my cooler pieces, jackets for the most part, like outerwear, and yeah, just some really cool stuff that I thought should have its own little rack. This right here is the No Fear denim jacket I showed you guys in the last video. This is the Betty Boop jacket that Crystal from More Heat customed for me. I worked at Kobey's, this last Kobey's event in December. Did the sleeves, did the back. You guys saw the reworked pants she did with the American Thunder tee in the closet tour, so it's another one of her custom pieces. Really appreciate it. Great piece. Got a lot of conversation out of that at Kobey's. Bound by Soul flannel, my favorite flannel. The only reason I won't buy another flannel is because I really don't think I'll buy one that's better than this one. So
look at these buttons, dude.
Yeah, the details on this piece are crazy. Custom buttons, some are rose gold, some are silver. This is a really thick flannel, kind of distressed open bottom. Yeah, it's a great piece. One of my favorite bound pieces that they've ever really done. You guys know I mentioned the Noiri Frey hoodie in the last video. This is a very, very limited jacket that they did. I don't know if they ever dropped it. Maybe they made like 5 to 10 of them, but I have one of them. Really, really cool piece. Don't break this out too often because it's really out there and loud, but at least once a year I'll try and break this one out. Right here we just have a bunch of No Fear pieces. This is just a zip up navy blue, and it's just got a subtle embroidery on the chest. I showed some of these other pieces in the last video. This one Ben gifted to me at our last Kobey's event. It's got the orange lining. Really cool No Fear piece with like a whole badge on the front left chest. Really cool piece. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah.
It's still so fire.
So fire.
When I found it, I was like, dub.
He was geeked. I got a strawberry hoodie. My favorite Detroit jacket. Stay tuned for more Heat and Common Hype. We have a really, really cool reworked collection thing that we're doing for next year. And yeah, I've sneak peeked it on my Instagram on one of my posts. Yeah, I think you guys are really excited about it because that post did really well. Another No Fear piece. This is more of like a puffer kind of vibe. Heavier coat. It's got some really cool No Fear badges that I've never seen before on the sleeve. No Fear tag on the front right there. American brand. And then just a plain back. So definitely some good warmer pieces. Another Carhartt jacket. Picked this one up when we were on the East Coast. Shout out to the homie in Boston that sold me this one. I believe it was Boston or New York, but just a cool thrashed piece. Another jacket as well. Same vibes. I just had it in green. Kith Paisley hoodie. Really cool piece. Very loud. Got to be careful what city I'm in when I'm wearing this one. So I did wear it somewhere where it probably wasn't smart to, and I was not really feeling that safe there. So this piece is, actually we'll go back to this one. These are probably some of the 2 coolest pieces in my collection. Shout out to the homie AJ.
Is that a robe?
Yeah,
no
bro.
way.
Yeah, so shout out to the homie Ariana. She blessed me. Long story short, this was A$AP Rocky's personal jacket. Made its way into my closet, and this is just an unreleased piece that you'll probably never see again, but it's just kind of, if you know, you know about a piece. Never gonna wash it either, because boy, yeah, A$AP was wearing that. So, and then this is the other really cool piece that she gifted me. It's actually a V-Lone robe. So her dad's very connected. He works out in LA as a manager, and he did some managing for A$AP Mob, and he ended up with a V-Lone robe that made its way to me. So if I'm ever feeling like a boss, I'll throw this on, chill in the crib all alone like I always do, but at least I'm dripping. So
alone.
I'm not alone.
You're not alone.
We're just not together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 2 really cool pieces that that made their way onto this rack, and yeah, that's basically it. Got my bathroom in here. Nothing crazy. If you want a bathroom tour, we could do a whole separate video. But yeah, did you notice you don't see any toilet paper in there? Because I use wipes, and if you don't use wipes, your ass is dirty. All right. Now we're back into the closet, as you guys saw, or as I mentioned earlier, we already did a full video in here, so if you guys want to check that out, we'll link it in the description. It's also up on the channel. But when I was editing, I realized I forgot to go through this bottom row of shoes, so I'll just show you guys real quick. Plum Nike Dunks. This was kind of the first out of the veneers, ceramics, and I think there's one other colorway. Dunk Low Brazil's one of the best quality dunk lows that they've done, and they really haven't matched quality since this. Those like the original Kentucky, Syracuse, and St. John Dunks all have this really good soft leather, so really for the quality of the shoes why I kept it, but it's a really cool colorway as well. These are the VX1000 Nike SB Dunk Lows. Brandon gifted these to me for Christmas, I think it was last year, and this is a shoe that I really wanted, and we came up on one at an event. So shout out to the boys that we always see in Boston for selling us this one, but some really cool stuff. As a video editor, it's just a really cool dunk to have. So I try not to wear them too much because I like to keep them in good shape, but again, Reshoevinator's got me if I ever go down. And then right here, I have the Nocta Drake Air Force One Lows. Love you forever. As you guys can see, if you know anything about me, I did the B3 TV charms on the front. If you know, you know. So that's gonna wrap up today's house tour. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like on this video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section of how you thought we did with the house. Yeah, we've only been here for a couple months, so I think in that time it's done well. The only thing I know I will probably hear in the comments is there's no art on the wall. The reason for that being is I don't want to rush that. I want to kind of really collect pieces when we travel and maybe even shoot some of my own stuff to put on the walls here. Matt's also a very talented photographer, and I'm sure he'll get some really good shots next year that we might want to throw up in the crib. So that's the only reason that there's not art in here. I do love art, as you guys can see by all the figures, but I just haven't put any on the walls yet. So I know I'm going to hear it, just letting you guys know now. But that's going to be it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support in the month of December, and all the hard work we put in. Really reflects that when you guys show love. So thank you, and we'll see you guys in the new year, 2023. Thank you guys.